Hello, we come again to look at the subject of strategy. Early on, if you recall, we had begun to look at the subject of strategy. In two earlier sessions, we looked at an overview of strategy, then we looked at the definition so that we were on the same page. And now, I trust by now we are on the same page and we are looking at the same things. In our last session, we sought to define what strategy was. And we said strategy basically, those are the avenues, the ways, the paths that we curve out and cut out so that we might move in the most efficient and effective manner to arrive at our intended goal. But in this session, we seek to look at the necessity of strategy. We have been talking about strategy, and we're saying, is strategy necessary? I think the answer to that one is a resounding yes. Strategy is very critical. It is very, very important, and we cannot overemphasize its importance. The reason is because strategy is woven into our lives, into our daily lives. The things that we do on a daily basis are as a result of our strategy. Remember, we said that when we wake up, when we move, and whatever we do, our strategy is the one that is guiding us. It is like the star that is taking us to the desired haven or desired destiny. With the right strategy, you are able to know where the mountains are, where the Bethlehem star is, and we're able to hurtle along, to hurl ourselves forward so that we might achieve that which we have sought to look at. So we are saying that strategy is important, and I'll seek to give you some of the reasons why I think strategy is necessary. Strategy is necessary, first of all, because without it we cannot make progress. If we have a strategy, it will help us to set our objectives right and also map out ways and means to arrive at that goal. Strategy is necessary. It is the engine of whatever we succeed to do in this life. If you look at the great nations of this world, we look at the United States, Russia, and other great nations that we've had in the past, and some of them are becoming emerging powerful economies of the day. I would like to assert that those nations have succeeded because of a powerful strategy. They've had a strategy that has been organic, it has been alive, and they are able to move it around, turn it around, and yet they are maintaining the overarching picture. The overall goal is very clear in their mind. So strategy is necessary to set our goals correctly. But also, secondly, strategy is necessary because it helps us to map out our benchmarks, those things that we put in place that will help us to monitor our movement. Benchmarks are things that we have put in place that we are going to use as our standard. And if we don't achieve those goals, if we don't achieve those ideas, then we know that we are not making progress. So a strategy helps us to set up the right standards that we must pursue and ensure that we beat and do much, much better. But thirdly, fourthly, we can say that strategy is necessary in that it helps us to see whether we're making progress, although this seems like we have already covered it, but it helps us to move at the right pace, in the right direction, and so forth. If you don't have a strategy, you will be going round in circles, and perhaps you'll be moving too fast or too slow even to achieve your objectives. But with a strategy, you have curved out, you have planned, you have thought out the way that you want to get something, and you begin to move systematically towards that goal. So then, strategy is necessary for those four reasons, and we can even add some more. And we can say that, with the right strategy, you will know your capacity. You will know to what extent you will go, how much and how far you will succeed. A strategy helps us know our strengths and our weaknesses. We know where to hammer and where to refrain and say, would rather somebody else did it. Somebody, if we're in the manufacturing business, we can say, no, let's outsource, let's buy these things. It helps us to make or buy those decisions. Because if it's not our core competence, if it's not our strength, with the strategy we'll be able to tell our strengths. We'll be able to know that, no, here I've got a weak point. I have a crack. Organizations that know their weak points are very careful. But also, you'll be able to know our strengths, our potency. We'll know that here I have the power. I have the strength to win the battle. But also it helps us identify the opportunities, isn't it? SWOT analysis. The opportunities. You know, opportunities come and go. And if you don't have a strategy, you will not be able to identify opportunities as they avail themselves. You know, opportunities come and go. The scriptures talk about making the most of every opportunity. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 16 and 15 and 16. The King James Version uses the word redeeming the time. So a strategy helps us to identify opportunities where people are seeing adversity and so forth, challenges and so on. You are seeing opportunities and you'll be able to grab and seize the opportunity and move on to the next level. But also, strategy helps us to identify our threats. Those things that we are beyond us, those that we cannot control, those that we cannot have any tangible control over. A strategy, a living strategy, will be able to tell us, there is danger there. The government policy, if they do this, these are the implications. If they bring in this, this will happen. If they don't do this, this will happen. If I don't do this now, then there will be a problem in future. So the things that are happening in the environment as we scan, a strategy is able to help us. So you can see that strategy is necessary. A living strategy, I may add, is not just something that is hard, fixed and hard in concrete once you made it 10 years ago and there's no change. That is not a modern strategy. It is something that is living, is alive, is like an organism. It responds to the things that are happening around and it ensures that it positions itself. So the benefit of strategy, further we may say, is that it helps us to position ourselves, to ensure that we put ourselves at a place where we reap maximum benefit. If anything, we minimize the cost, we increase the efficiency and maximize on whatever will be on our side. So then, strategy is critical. Haven't you wondered how that some people who were even your classmates, people you started work with, or people you were in class with, maybe they were down and you even used to look down on them, maybe they were from poor family, but today they are the known quantities. They are the people that we call headliners. They are the people, when they speak, the whole nation listens to them. What is it that has made them succeed? I'd like to assert to you that it is because of strategy. So strategy determines whether you succeed or you fail. How far you go in whatever you're about to do. Strategy is important. Well, I think I wish we could continue to look at the necessity of strategy. I trust that I have sufficiently convinced you to show you that we need a potent strategy. We need a living strategy. We need to be changing our strategies here and there. But in the next session, we shall look at the necessity. Not so much the necessity, but the benefits of strategy. We have so far shown that it's necessary, it's good, it helps us, and so forth. But what exactly are some of the benefits? In a sense, we have dealt with them indirectly, but we will highlight them, that you might see that there are indeed some benefits. And later on, we shall look at some of the tactics, some of the maneuvers that people use, or organizations, or generals, or whatever it is, they use to get ahead of the pack, to win and hone in their enemies. I think we'll pause for now. Please stay with us as we continue to look at this whole important subject of strategy. God bless.